Good evening traders, Simon at Kairos Capital Markets with a weekly review of Aussie dollar, pound yen, euro dollar and Bitcoin. So I know we missed a week last week. It's been ever so busy with this end, and so I'll try and make up over the next couple of weeks for you. So at the moment what I'm looking at here is on the US dollar index to start with. The dollar broke out nicely on the daily time frame and has moved up significantly higher. Now what I'm expecting now is a pullback over the next couple of days. To round with, I put the circle in earlier. This will obviously test this downward sloping trend line, which started in the January 2017, so that's about 16 months ago or so. The daily 50 is pointing up quite nicely now, so as this price comes down, the daily 50 will meet this here at the key level here and the trend line. So it's a beautiful trade to take long from there to head upwards. But obviously for the short term, I do see the dollar just moving down a little bit over the next couple of days or so. So when we got that in mind, we'll take a look at Aussie dollar to start with. And this is a trade I've placed already. And you could say 77 on the weekly perspective is definitely key here. So we'll just hopefully just load that back up again. There we are. 77 on the weekly perspective is key. But we've got this trend line in the way. And I don't really want to trade through the trend line. We just broke out of it quite nicely. So myself personally, as a very safe trade, this is what I'm looking for. This kind of style here. Just let me bring the details up for you there. This is my entry details here already. So as you can see here already, it's a 73 pip stop for a 100 pip trade. If you took the trade now though, that's much lower down there. So obviously you'd get something like this. You'd have a 41 pip stop for a 107 pip trade there. So you got a 2.5% trade. So that's a nice little trade there for anyone who wants to take that there. Put your stop below the lows though here. Make sure they've got a nice bit of breathing gap there just in case, because you don't want the market makers taking your money out of you for no apparent reason. So now euro dollar gives you the very similar setup as such, but what I don't like about this is that there's been no bullish confirmation yet on the lower time frames. So if you look here on Aussie dollar, you've got some bullish MACD divergence coming in here on the 1 hour chart. You can see here quite nicely. And you got some good level here of 0.75, giving you great resistance there, or support, shall I say, sorry guys, with the volume just picking up every time it comes near there. So for me personally, this is why I like Aussie dollar quite nicely. When you look at euro dollar, for example, you just got this downwards channel here at the moment. You could say it's a falling wedge, but for me it isn't strong enough just yet, and you need to break above this 1 hour 50 EMA to even confirm the new bull trend. So if you do break out to the upside on euro dollar on the 1 hour chart like this, and then you come back down to test the 1 hour 50, that's where the area will be, that'd be a nice trade to take long, but it's not ready yet, and you can see we're still trending downwards at the moment. But like I said, I do expect this to move up in the next few days or so. Now pound yen. For me, pound yen did move down to its end of the zone at 147.5, 148 area, and we're now getting some bullishness on the daily time frame here. I do expect a little move upwards, but unfortunately this trade, I'm not particularly too sure where it could go to, because it depends how you view it to where it could go. Now obviously again, this is the same as euro dollar. You only want to take this trade once it has a break above and below, above the 1 hour 50, sorry, and come it down to test it. This here was a test of the 1 hour 50 to keep heading low again. So you want the price to actually do something like this, go to around here somewhere, and then come down to test the 148 area. That's what I like to see, and that'd be a nice trade long as well there. And again, that will happen in hopefully the next couple of days or so. If you look at these runs here, these runs don't normally, they move down. That's quite a significant run down you see there. So you just got to see that actually change, because as you can see, these can run for days and weeks in one direction, then just drop down the other. So just be careful before you do take that trade to see exactly. You want to make sure the lower time frames do confirm the higher time frames there. And now finally, Bitcoin. Now for me, Bitcoin personally is still a very, very strange trade as such. For me personally, overall this is a lower high still. Here's your highs, lower high, lower high, lower high. Here's your lows, low, 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 double bottom. We haven't actually had the confirmation to move to the upside, and if you notice here, this candle here had some decent volume coming and it's coming down to be bearish. So for me personally, I still see Bitcoin as being a bit of the a bit weak personally, and you're going to need to see a nice pullback to see to put in a higher low. When you see a higher low get put in, that'd be quite nice to see that one. When you look on the weekly perspective, what also gives me concern is the fact we broke out of this range with decent volume, but the candle wasn't really there. So for me personally, the fact we got quite high volume and this here, I do think it will pull back again, and when it does pull back, hopefully it'll pull back and give you a nice higher low there with some decent volume on the weekly as well to back up your daily perspective. Okay, so it's a bit short this week, guys, but we'll make up to it next couple of days or so, and we'll go through some longer term charts as well with the weekly review. Guys, take care. Any questions, give me a message. Thank you, take care.